Today we're going to try Guy Fieri's, as far as I'm concerned. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sloppy Joe Mac and Cheese, which is a mouthful to say and seems like it's going to be a mouthful to eat. I'm not entirely sure about this. A little bit pricey. I picked this up at Walmart for $5.94. Putting it at the same level as the Yellowstone meals, of which vary in quality, but I think the Rips Ranch Hand is going to be very comparable to this. Because it's a similar kind of pasta dish for $5.94 that I found to be worth the price. Now, is this going to be worth the price? I don't know. I'm reviewing this specifically because somebody asked me in the comments who's watched for a long time. I wasn't really planning on doing the Flavortown meals just because of the price, but we're going to try Sloppy Joe Mac and Cheese, a true fusion of American classics, mac and cheese and Sloppy Joe. Creamy mac and cheese topped with a nostalgic, meaty Sloppy Joe sauce. So that's the back of there. Instructions: a lift film edge to vent, microwave for 3 minutes, lift film stir, microwave 1 minute more, remove bowl, let stand for 1 minute. So very simple, 3 minutes stir, 1 minute. You're done. Let's open it up, see what it looks like. There you go. It's kind of hard to see through the film there. But, you know, seems reasonable. Just looks like some pasta with some cheese on top. It doesn't seem like there's that much Sloppy Joe necessarily, but we'll see what it looks like after it's all mixed up a little bit. But, yeah, that's the meal. Flavortown. Let me put it in the microwave and see what comes out. Alright, here's Guy Fieri's Sloppy Joe Mac and Cheese. I gotta say, it's not exactly the most appetizing dish I've seen. Stirring it, as you can see, is leaving all these kind of like little residuals. It's very oily, which is not usually a good sign. I guess the Rips Ranch Hand was a little bit oily, but that was because of... that was for different reasons. That was like beef oil. There's really not that much beef in here. It should not be this greasy from the amount of beef in here, which is very little. And it also smells kind of bad. So I'm going into this with a little bit of negative perceptions, but I'm going to try to keep those out of my mind and give this a fair shot. I like Guy Fieri. Before I say anything potentially bad about him or this dish or his brand, I want to say that I want that to be on the record. I'm a fan of diners, drive-ins, and dives. I watched a lot of Guy's grocery games. I still do on occasion. It's, you know, it's fun kind of background entertainment. I don't really pay much attention to it, but I do watch it, and I know that he does a lot of charity work and stuff like that, so good on you. But I have a feeling that this is not going to be good. But there's a bite. The meat fell off. The little tiny bit of meat that was on there kind of fell off there. All right, there we go. You know, I'm starting to feel a little bit like I should apologize to Mr. Fieri after this, because this is not bad. I would hesitate to call this great or good necessarily, but it's all right. After, you know, seeing it come out of the microwave like that, I was really kind of expecting the worst, and it is a little greasy. That is one of the big problems with it. But taste-wise, I kind of enjoyed it. And it's interesting. It does taste like Sloppy Joe on top of macaroni. It turns out, as you'd expect, it doesn't really mesh very well. The weird kind of little bit of spicy sweet Sloppy Joe-ness with the cheesiness. It's okay, but there's not really flavor experience that's cohering together. This is obviously two dishes that were combined. And it feels that way, but it doesn't really ruin it. Luckily, it's still okay to eat, but I don't think it's a very good idea, to be honest. The Sloppy Joe and the mac and cheese, it works okay. You know, as a drunk high idea, I get it. It works with the brand, the Guy Fieri brand. I understand that. But honestly, I just don't think as a concept it's working very well. I mean, I appreciate that you tried it, but I would not buy this again, specifically because it's just odd. It's not bad, just weird, just off, and also very grainy. I'm not sure what is making that kind of graininess that comes after you stir everything together. I assume it's some kind of cheese. Maybe it's Parmesan. It might actually be like little bits of shaker cheese or something. but it makes for a weird kind of unpleasant texture that combined with the oiliness, that's what really is turning me off of something that doesn't have a good enough taste to make up for that, essentially. It's just macaroni with some beef and kind of a little bit of tomato flavor, essentially. And it doesn't work. I'd rather just have mac and cheese and then have a sloppy joe on the side, or make a cheeseburger mac that more coheres together into one dish, than have these two thrown together, essentially. So, not bad, not the best. Guy Fieri's Flavortown. Unfortunately, it costs $5.94, which is hurting it in my eyes. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Tastes good, not great, but it's good, I guess. You know, I'm hesitating to call it good. It tastes okay. It tastes like exactly what it says on the package, but it's not anything more than that. It doesn't become anything more than that. Putting Guy Fieri on it doesn't elevate it any more than, you know, a frozen mac and cheese with some sloppy joe thrown on top, and then you mix it together, and it kind of tastes a little weird, but you know, it's not bad. So that's that. 3 out of 5, and I will see you all next time.